Hey, Snow.
Hey, Andre.
Hey, so we're doing the podcast remotely. Uh,
Yeah, because you're not feeling well, right?
I know. And then last week you weren't feeling well.
I
And
know.
then the week before I wasn't feeling well.
The Kingman crud is cycling.
Yeah. What is going on? And then you had like to go to urgent care last week, right?
Oh, God, it was so. Oh, I felt like I needed a shower after I left that place. It was so gross. It was just so disgusting. No one, all these people in there coughing their faces off, still not enough sense to put a fucking mask on because a mask will make you look like a pussy, right?
Yeah.
So they would not put masks on. They're coughing all over the place. I'm like, why isn't there at least a rule? Why isn't there at least a rule where it's like, you know what? If you're in here coughing your face off, I understand that you're sick, but some people go to urgent care who may not have a viral infection. They go for other reasons. So do you have to get them sick? I mean, do you have to be that special kind of asshole?
Yeah. And say what you will about masks, whether that worked to help stop the spread of COVID or whatever. Whatever. We
It's
were.
a courtesy.
Yeah, we were advocates of that. We pushed that and stuff like that, but whatever. But
But
even
you're coughing, it's circling through the air in there. And it's not like it's a big urgent care. It's, there's two sides of it. And they put that divider wall up kind of in between the building during COVID so they could keep like COVID folks on one side and then the rest of the people on the other to ease the spread of COVID because some people don't do well with it.
yeah, I had another friend who brought her daughter there today, and she said like it was crazy busy. So whatever this is going around, it's not COVID. It's some
It was
kind of
busy. It was busy when I went too. I had to wait. I had to wait in that waiting room for at least an hour, and then it was like another half hour, 45 minutes once I got in the back to like get checked in by the physician or the assistant, and then see the nurse practitioner was like, you got to wait and wait and wait.
yeah.
So
I don't know. We say that we wanted to get away from politics, but
we
just
say it every week.
certain things happen that just pull us back in, like The Godfather. Just when I thought I was out, they pull you back in. And one of them was that our board of supervisors here in Mojave County
Oh God.
didn't want to certify the election results.
Oh, I know. So fucking stupid.
Which the county lawyers had to convince them that, well, if you didn't certify by a certain date, then all of our votes would have been nullified, which happened down in Cochise County.
Which is like, do you guys? You're only taking away red votes because we're red counties. So is Cochise. Like, you're taking away the red votes. So, good luck trying to. I love how they think they can just go battle the largest county, Maricopa. Yeah, we're just going to go take on Maricopa County, us little piddly up in the northwestern part of the state. I mean, my God.
And I get it. I get people in Maricopa County being frustrated that the ballot machines weren't working correctly, and it caused long lines.
Okay. Do you want to know why that happened? Because remember when they accused everybody of fraud back in the 2020 election? They damaged all the old machines, so they had to get all these new machines, and then the new machines weren't working right. That was their fucking fault.
Right, because the ink wasn't printing dark enough to tabulate correctly.
Way to go, assholes! You fucked yourself.
But that didn't mean that those ballots didn't count. They were put aside, and then they were counted later.
Right, because Arizona law is, even if it wouldn't have been, working in that location, in our state, you're allowed to go to any location and vote in case there's a problem. That's our rules. Like, we don't have super strict rules like some of the other states, where you must vote in the certain precinct. If there's a problem, you can go somewhere else and vote just fine.
Right. And even though the part about that gets me is, people in Georgia, because the runoff election is happening on Tuesday, and early voting poll stations are open, and people are waiting hours to vote because in Georgia they took away so many voting locations. So if you're mad about long lines in Maricopa, why aren't you mad about the situation in Georgia? It's the same thing.
You should be mad about all of it, right?
Yeah. But no, you're not.
If you're a decent human being, but look at who we're talking about. Are we talking about, what's her face?
Yeah, well, not to mention, well, she's on the board of supervisors, but, not to mention names, but
worst, though.
Yeah, it's fraud if you lose, and if you win, hey, you won. And why don't they get, and I had asked her this on Facebook, that, well, then how come we lost House seats in Maricopa County? And she could not provide an answer. I mean,
because she's in the cult, and she's always going to be in the cult. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That one guy always makes the post about how she's too busy fucking drinking all the time anyways to know what's going on.
Allegedly.
and well, who cares? We didn't say her name.
Yeah.
And she's just a failed actress looking for attention. They say the same thing about she's another MTG, basically. I mean, she's same MO,
Yeah.
I need attention. I didn't make it in the career I wanted to be in.
And this is
the only way I can get noticed by holding public office.
And here's a clue. If you don't like how these elections are turning out, get better candidates.
Right.
Like Herschel Walker. Really? Herschel Walker?
Yeah, and don't put in election deniers. Of course, in our county, they only will put in election deniers because they're all election deniers.
But then our board of supervisors didn't want to certify the election that went about 85% Republican. Kind of just crazy.
Blows the mind. I mean, I literally have nothing else to say to them. I like when you and me just make fun of them because I have nothing else to say to them personally, except for, I changed the subject to food. Always. It's always food. Like, tell me about the best meal you've ever cooked. What's your favorite thing to cook? What's the best meal you've ever made?
I would like to call into somebody's radio show and ask her that question on the radio.
Do it.
Do
it. Yeah, do it on the air so she's forced to have to answer something. Like, she has to say something,
Yeah.
She can't chicken out because she's not behind her computer screen with her glass of wine.
So,
and I shouldn't say, I mean, we drink too, but it's just like, lady, if you're going to sit there and talk business, though, you probably shouldn't be drunk. I don't go to work and start drinking.
I wish I could.
Right. It'd make for a day at work.
Let's see. In other news, World Cup. We got eliminated yesterday, I think by the Netherlands, but we beat Iran last week, 1-0. And did you see the protests going on in Iran? That the Iranian people were celebrating that Iran lost because of their government. It was crazy.
I haven't been paying attention to the World Cup.
Well, I haven't been really paying attention to it because of, they had Budweiser come in with a multi-million-dollar sponsorship of it, and then they refused to sell beer at the stadiums. And then the human rights things that going on that, they look down upon women and all this stuff. The same with Iran and stuff like that. So I haven't actually watched a game on it just because, I don't know, You can call me a liberal, whatever. I just refuse to participate in things that I don't believe in.
Right.
And it's the same way. I'm sure Republicans, they're not going to watch, Lightyear because there was a same-sex couple on it. So they're just not going to watch it. So both sides do the same thing.
Right.
It's not this woke bullshit. But hey, the U.S. team, did us proud, won. And we'll talk more about this later. We're going to keep this relatively short because there's so much to talk about, like Kanye. Like to get into that. Oh, and like the shooting in Colorado, and then the shooting in Walmart. And see, what these people don't know
Another
is
Walmart shooting?
No, it was the one from like a few weeks ago.
Oh,
but we
okay.
haven't been keeping up because we haven't been feeling good.
Right.
So, we don't want to talk about this stuff, but just stuff keeps on happening, and we have to comment on our views of what's going on in the world. Here in Kingman, and you don't know this because you're not on social media.
Right.
There was this rap group from Phoenix that had broken down in Kingman. I guess they were doing a show in Vegas, and I apologize to Sydney and Dion. They were supposed to do the show with us, but with this cough, I didn't feel comfortable being around people because that's the responsible thing to do. Yeah, it's a responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
And so, and there are these young black kids, and they're rapping about religion on the corner of the grocery store and Walmart, Smith's and Walmart, on that corner of Stockton Hill Road, and Airway.
Uh-huh.
And some lady came up and didn't like that they were out there. And she said, unprovoked, one of the kids came up and knocked on her window. And I don't necessarily believe her because she had to go on the Kingman Facebook page and say, oh, the new black people in town are, assaulting your car if you don't give them money, which I don't believe because everyone else had positive reactions to what they were doing.
Right.
Especially in a heavily Christian area like we're in.
What's so wrong with knocking on someone's window anyways? It's not like...
Yeah.
That is not a violation. I'm sorry.
Well, so...
You can ignore them or say, I'm not interested, or drive off. I mean...
Well, and we'll get Sydney on, maybe later this week and talk more about it. But what had happened in the comment section, and they had to take down the post, much like our gun control article we did in the Miner. They had to take it down because of the comments, and they were saying, if they came up to my window, I would have shot them.
Oh, Jesus Christ. For knocking on a window?
Yep.
This is what I'm talking about. What is wrong with knocking on someone's window? That is not an assault.
No.
You are not hurting a human by knocking on their window.
Well, and here's what happened yesterday. Because they're broken down, and they were back out there yesterday, doing their thing. And pickup truck full of hillbillies. One of them got out and actually assaulted these people.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Way to go, Kingman.
Yeah, and they wonder why we have the reputation that we do.
Because trash lives here.
Yeah, I mean,
garbage people. It's
if you don't want to be labeled racist, don't do racist stuff.
Yeah, and then you go out and purposely seek it out because you already knew from the day prior. So you're like, I'm going to go out and handle this myself. Really?
Yeah. And then as I don't argue with people on Facebook anymore. I just gave up on it. But of course, Sydney is out there, engaging these people, and we're saying, well, what about black people calling white people cracker, and all this, and Sydney had her facts right, and she was like, yeah, well, cracker means the white guy cracking the whip, and that's how that came out from,
And cracker, like when when has that ever been had the bite that
The other word has, yeah.
the word, the N word that people choose to use. Some gross white people choose to use.
Right.
I mean,
and then, because I'm supposed to see Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle tomorrow night. And I was binging old Chris Rock specials, and Chris Rock was using the cracker word. I'm like going, God, that's just funny. It's just when he says it, it just makes you laugh.
I know it's funny. I mean, it's funny. Like, I've never even heard of a white person getting offended by that.
Yeah.
The one that white people would get offended by is being called white trash. That one is like offensive, but cracker, come on. Everybody's laughed that shit off.
But doesn't Kid Rock have songs where he calls himself white trash? And that's the same thing as, again, I was watching Dave Chappelle specials, and Dave Chappelle throws around the N-word a lot.
Right.
But it's like, okay. And yeah, you don't call people white trash, But yeah, Kid Rock, if you want to say you're white trash, yeah, white trash.
I know a few people who I have friends from high school who like to refer to themselves as white trash. I'm like, that one I personally don't like that. And I mean, I have used it before though against certain people because, like Donald Trump, I think he's
vanilla garbage.
He's proof that you can be rich and also be white trash. I mean, the man has no class.
Yeah. We didn't even get into him and his, him saying yesterday on Truth Social that he was willing to overturn parts of the Constitution to have another election.
My God.
And how does, being this a constitutional county, I would really like to
all of his supporters who claim to be, you better follow the Constitution.
Right.
I bet you anything they gave excuses for him for saying that.
Silence.
And I bet you $100.
Yeah, silence on it.
So hypocritical.
Yeah.
He is a hypocritical douchebag.
Well, yeah, and it's just like, well, if the election goes our way, we won, and if the election doesn't go our way, it was stolen.
Right?
It's the same thing.
I think that one SNL skit pretty much sums it up when they had Carrie Lake doing that. They kept going, "Oh, you're trailing. Oh, the election's fraud. It's rigged, blah, blah, blah. Oh, wait, the numbers just came in. You're actually leading. Oh, everything's okay. Blah, blah, blah." That's what it is. They just want to win. It's like that NRA lady said, "We just want to win." She said it all. She was being honest. She's like, "I don't care what Herschel Walker did. We just want to win." They just want to win. They think that our democracy is like a football game or something.
Yeah.
That's how they treat it. We're going to root for our team.
Yeah, well, I was consulting my lawyers this week, and I can mention it because I'm not using my real name, that I am suing the NFL because on Thursday night, even though the Patriots got their asses handed to them, I believe it was a fraudulent game. And the refs were paid off.
You're just going to believe that.
Yes, and I'm going to sue the NFL until the Patriots get to the Super Bowl. And if they lose, I'm going to sue them again.
Well, good luck with that.
So, yeah, we just wanted to hop on and do a podcast because, we don't want people to think that we went away or anything like that. And we'll be doing some more episodes over the course of this week to get caught up on it because there's so much to talk about. But the one thing that we also had to mention is the railroad strike was averted, which is a good thing. But, and I'll let you take over on this one.
Oh my God, don't even get me started. When I first heard about this, when I first heard that they were voting on to give people, they wanted 7 paid sick days. I almost lost it right there when I go, because I go, excuse me, why in the fuck don't they already have 7 paid sick days? They should have already had that. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, every fucking worker should have 7 paid sick days. People are human. People get sick. It's inevitable. It's going to happen.
Yeah, and
everyone should get sick days. What in the fuck is going on?
And the railroad companies also don't let these people. You're on call 24/7, 7 days a week. So, say if you want to go enjoy some cocktails with your friends on your time off, you can't. You want to plan a wedding, you can't. You want to go to your son's soccer game, you can't, because you're constantly on call.
Yeah, and then another thing about this too. So Joel Manchin's ass didn't vote for it, right? He was the only Democrat to not vote for it. And then, well, I changed that. There's a couple Democrats who were absent that day, so that hurt the vote too. So they didn't vote at all. And then there were some, I cannot believe I have to give credit to fucking Josh Hawley, Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, Lindsey Graham, and there was one more Republican that actually voted for them to get sick pay. I think the reason that they're doing it is because they're planning on running for election for president in 2024, so they don't want to make it look like they don't do anything for workers. But still, nonetheless, good on them for actually voting for something that would benefit working people. I will at least say that to them, even though I can't stand any of them.
Yeah, so again, it's a good thing the railroad strike was averted. In my line of work, that would have really hurt.
Mine too. But it's like everybody would have been affected and hurt by that. But it's like, give them their fucking sick days. Give them sick days. Give them sick time. And sick time should be a fucking right for everyone.
And you know what? If you don't have enough staff, hire more people.
These fucking companies that get to consistently keep getting away with bullshit like this, we're treating people like they're machines or fucking animals or whatever. You're not treating people with human decency if you don't say, you know what? Yeah, I understand that you get sick. We'll cover for you. We got you. You know?
Yeah,
Get well so you can come back and make more money for me. What the fuck? How is that so hard?
Personally, my company is just like, hey, if you're sick, stay home. You know?
Yeah, right?
But, I mean, in fairness, I can work remote if I needed to. You know?
Right, yeah, you have the luxury. I get sick time. I get 7 sick days a year. I think everyone should. You know? That's just me. Call me crazy.
All right, so we're going to wrap this one up, keep it short, relatively shorter than usual. You know, we'll jump back on it, you know, once we're feeling better. And, you know, but we wanted to say hi to our audience and, you know.
We miss you. We love you.
Yeah, miss you, love you. Follow us on social media. Reality Redemption, Facebook, well, I'm not going to say Twitter because, you know, there's that thing.
Have you moved over to a different platform yet?
Instagram.
And I guess there's like one called Post and Mastodon. I mean, I haven't seeked any of them out because you know how I'm terrible with social media too. Even when I was on there, I do have an Instagram account that I never use. It just sits there.
I don't know. In certain things, you know, you kind of need it to promote. You know, promote what's going on.
That's why I let you handle it all, MJ. I let you handle promotion. You know.
But
you're better at it than I am. I know my weaknesses. I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses.
Although we don't really get negative comments, you know. So I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to whoever our listener is in Germany, because I know we have a listener in Germany that listens to every single episode. Contact us
What?
on Instagram or Facebook. Okay, get a hold of us because we want to talk to you in Germany.
I want to come visit.
Yeah, we want to talk to you to see what.
We want to go to Oktoberfest, man.
Yeah, we want to talk to a German and to get their opinion on Kanye.
Oh yeah, we totally should.
Okay, well, we'll do another episode later this week on it, and we'll get caught up, and hopefully Sydney Dion will come on with us and talk about the situation in Kingman and
Yeah,
everything
I love
else.
when both of them come on. They're both great guests too. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and we got to talk about what's coming up? Bad drivers, customer
Oh my
service.
God! Don't even get me started. Yeah, that's a whole episode. That could probably be like an hour-long episode.
Getting back to the thing that happened with the young rappers here in Kingman. Do you know what the excuse was on it?
What?
Is that them going out and panhandling could cause an accident.
Then what about all the other panhandlers?
We're on every single corner of every exit.
Every freeway exit, every corner. Give me a break. Come on, I'm like, I call bullshit on that. You're going to need to come up with a better fucking lie than that.
Yeah. We just live in crazy town.
I know, yeah. Like, just ask backwards. Decades behind the times. That's what I always say. I mean, that's what they are. Decades behind the times.
Yeah. All right, well, Snow, we'll wrap this up. Hey, congratulations on your 49ers.
Thank you. They were awesome today.
Even though Jimmy Glacerapio, got hurt again.
I know. He's not going to be able to face off with his old mentor.
Oh yeah, that's.
TV.
Oh yeah, you should come over
Next week.
You should come over next week and watch the Brady versus Garoppolo game.
Yeah, I'll try to. One of my friends is coming into town to visit.
Oh, then I'm going.
She's been on the show before, but I don't know if she's coming because they moved out of town, but she's coming back.
Okay, cool. Oh,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to see the Cardinals and Patriots on Monday night.
Oh, cool. That'll be fun.
All right, so that's it. We will talk to you next week, or even earlier. We'll have to get together maybe Wednesday or Thursday and give a review of the Dave Chappelle Chris Rock show.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.